That thing is the bomb. Yum. Fatty, it's clean, it's delicious. His omelets are out of control.
What the fuck?
That's really good.
What the fuck is that?
It's out of control. Abe Conlon, the chef-owner, Fat Rice, Chicago. My partner, Adrienne, and I opened up Fat Rice in 2012. Fat Rice, I mean, it started just as that corner restaurant there. We could only seat 42 people. We didn't take parties larger than 4. Since then, we take reservations now. We've opened for lunch service. We have the bakery, which can, opens at 8 a.m. We had a small waiting room, which we now call the ladies' room, because it kind of looks like you're going to the bathroom. It has its own vibe and its own cocktail program. A total Fat Rice funhouse here. Origins of Fat Rice come from arroz gordo, which is a signature family home-style dish from Macau. Specifically of Macanese people who are mixed blood Portuguese and Chinese, who have a unique heritage, that they have these unique dishes that blend ingredients from Portugal, from China, from India, Brazil, Africa, and everywhere else that the Portuguese were prior to Macau. Before Fat Rice, Adrienne and I actually first met at Whole Foods Market, where I was the store chef. She was the catering coordinator there. I started doing these dinners in the classroom there at Whole Foods.
I had seen the classes that he was doing around the store, and I somehow was just like, I gotta meet this guy. I gotta figure out, I gotta taste his food.
Adrienne started helping me at the store, and then I took that mailing list and I made my own website, and then we started doing dinners out of my tiny Wrigleyville apartment.
We eventually got a commercial space that we fronted as an antique store. It was funny because it said Frank Antiques and it said by appointment only. There was a couple people that tried to call and tried to come in.
I think that was a big challenge for us before we opened Fat Rice, because we had so many things that we loved to make. We loved to make Southeast Asian food. We loved to make Chinese food. We loved to make Indian food. We loved to make Iberian food. And we said, well, when we open this restaurant, like, what is it going to be?
So we went to China in 2011. It was like the spring of 2011. We went with my family. We went to cooking school in Sichuan, in Chengdu. We traveled to Hong Kong, and when we were going, Abe was like, we have to go to Macau. We have to go.
And I said, there is a place and there is a people that are cooking food that resonates with my Portuguese background and ancestry and my culinary interest. And so Adrienne and I went, we took the ferry over, spent 36 hours running around, gobbling up as much food as we could, absorbing as much information as we could. I tasted all of my past experiences from my Portuguese background, from my travels in Brazil. When we were trying to figure out the restaurant and what it was going to be, those memories kept coming back. This is one of our new classics. Its traditional name is Taqua com molho doce de jengibre, which means tofu with sweet ginger sauce. It's of Moroccan Portuguese origins, so that's kind of the next evolution of Fat Rice, and where are other places other than Macau that these cultures and these ingredients and these dishes have come from. It's very exciting to explore, and it's one of the biggest culinary stories that people don't really understand or know, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm trying to understand it so that I can cook it and I can convey that. Can't remember a thing that happened last night. Not true. No, we had an awesome time. I thought the crew was great. I mean, between me, Adrienne, Craig Perman, our wine director, Harper Reed, my tech guru and longtime supporter of X-Marks and Fat Rice, and then Mindy Siegel, who has, been Chicago OG chef, edibles queen. It was Monday night, restaurants closed. Craig rolls in with a delicious bottle of mezcal. We start doing shots. And cheers, guys. Thank you so much, dude. This is amazing. Hop in the van, We're going to Lula Cafe, OG, Chicago, Logan Square. I definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Lula. Honestly, that's where I am every Sunday night. When you want something that's delicious, interesting, reasonably healthy, I always go to Lula. Jason Hammel is executive chef over Lula Cafe.
We've been open for almost 20 years. We do farm to table, but we've been doing it for a long time, and what we try to do is do new dishes every week, so we're constantly creating, exploring new avenues.
He's really spawned a lot of amazing chefs that have gone on to do amazing things through his philosophies of simplicity and supporting local farms. It has really kind of driven forward the culinary movement here in Chicago and has been for years.
We have some cocktails coming out for you just to start.
Okay.
And we actually already picked up your entire dinner.
I love
If that's okay, if I can just get that going.
Fucking perfect. They immediately threw us different cocktail for each person.
This does taste exactly like sake.
This guy?
Yeah, you'll like that. It's got chartreuse. Whoa, wow. That is
I like the chartreuse. Ooh, the shiso is fucking banging. And really went perfectly with some of the appetizers. We had that spring roll with the shrimp, and it had the wild mustard garlic greens on it. That was absolutely delicious. The fava bean spread with the preserved mackerel and the pita bread and the endive.
Endive or endive?
I say endive.
I do too, but I think that most people that are like endive.
Okay, that's like people who call it eggplant aubergine. Okay, get the fuck out of here. They dropped a really amazing asparagus dish with this double fermented yogurt. It's like super sour and super thick. Of course, we had the quesadilla, because I get it there every time. It's phenomenal. It's super gooey. And we were drinking the bottle of wine, as far as I can remember. And then came out the roasted pork loin with those little, like, crispy shallots on it. The cool octopus dish with the coal-roasted carrots. The pasta yaya, of course.
Pasta yaya is a Lula classic dish. It's a real standard Greek, like, restaurant dish. People think the cinnamon, feta, butter, and garlic is a weird combination, but for Greeks, it's just like, you know, meatballs and spaghetti. For dessert, they had a spread from my pastry chef, Amanda Shepard, chocolate pave, the black cardamom sundae, it's kind of an ice cream dish, and they also had the almond dacqua.
Really, they do an amazing job all across the board, and that's why I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I'm really happy for you so much. I actually firmly believe that bugs are the future of food.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. It's a great source of protein.
Like some shrubs in Thailand, man.
Some shrubs.
Some grubs,
It's like a bush.
Oh yeah, grubs.
Grubs.
Like some worms?
We had a
Some worms.
Were they good?
Oh yeah, we
That
ate
is
that.
intense.
Oh yeah, we ate that larva and
Tasted like French fries.
Feeling good, not too heavy. Rolled out to Café Marie-Jeanne to go see our friends Mike Simmons and Val. Mike actually used to work for Jason, was chef at Lula for a long time.
It's a crazy eclectic mix of food, heavily influenced by French cooking techniques and ingredients and some French-Canadian style, but with a very heavy Chicago accent.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's do it. I did not know that I was known for the legend of the Porron waterfall. One night, Craig and I were across the street from Café Marie-Jeanne. We're sitting on the patio, and we were drinking chocolat out of Porron. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if you never let the stream die? Pass it to your friend, that has to go in their mouth, then they pass it to the next friend. We had 8 people, so it's like too much, so I was like, okay, we're doing double waterfall. So we'd never done the double waterfall before. There you go. Oh shit, it's coming.
Oh my God, you guys heard this?
And then man of mystery rolls up, grabs the Porron. He doesn't pass it to the next person, he just pounds the whole thing. He dropped the mic, he was gone. The fucking bar went crazy. After the double Porron waterfall, we sat down, got the ham and butter, which I love. Take the ham, put the butter out, roll a little cornichon in it.
Wow.
It's fatty, it's clean, it's delicious. Then we got a couple other dishes, a thick pomano with caviar and ramps and onions, asparagus dish. Then we had smoked salmon head with all the accoutrements and the caviar. Yeah, there you go, right there. Get some face. We had champagne. Oh yeah, we always have to have champagne, especially when Craig's involved. Sometimes as your night progresses, you just want some French fries. And if they have half a smoked duck on it, chicken liver pate, and chunks of foie gras doused in this like duck demi, I mean, there's nothing better than that. Dude, what the fuck, dude? This is out of control. There is something better than that, though. Was that omelet that came out afterwards. Holy shit.
So to make this omelette farci, in the center, we're gonna find some really custardy, soft scrambled eggs. And then moving outward, the omelet itself, I try to make pretty silky towards the center. And then out towards the very ends of it, it will cook a little bit harder and have like a kind of more classic diner omelet quality. We got a little caviar, we're just gonna put that right on top. And then we're just gonna give it a little blast of lemon zest, this. And so now you have this eggs with eggs and some more eggs. And it's a really beautiful bite of food.
What the fuck?
That's really good.
What the fuck is that?
It's the best scrambled egg ever.
I wish I didn't smell like cider.
Why?
We don't smell you.
I smell myself.
It's kind of a nice, weird smell.
Yeasty.
Yeasty.
Yeah.
Musty.
Dad.
We are going to Rose's, super old school spot. It's like your grandma's basement. It is run by Rose, 90-year-old Macedonian woman who drinks Slivovitz, but it is a Chicago staple all the way. And like, it was one of the first places I came to when I went to Chicago.
How'd you find it?
My friend Sims brought me there. And that's where we did our first shot of Malört. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go do a Malört shot.
First win?
Oh yeah. Like, you don't go to Rose's without doing a Malört shot.
That's the worst idea.
Well, tonight it's the best idea.
This is the worst part about Chicago.
Rose's on Lincoln Ave. It has your nondescript old style sign. I spent many a drunken night at Rose's with Rose.
Rose's Lounge has been here for 40 years.
Do it in the Jimmy Stewart words.
Oh, let's see. Well, hold on a second. So Rose's Lounge has been here for 40 years. Can you believe it? It's like one of the best dive bars in the country.
Sean's behind the bar, drinking what I was calling a Lincoln Ave Michelado.
Old style and V8. Low sodium V8.
And we decided to do a shot of Slivovitz for Rose because she wasn't there. There you go.
Oh, that's special now.
A little extra flavor.
You turned it into fire water, Pilgrim.
They have the coldest, frostiest mugs in the city.
Nice cold old style, just like in Wrigley Field.
You got us what we needed. Old styles, Malörts. For years, Malört was made in Chicago. It's a Swedish tradition, traditionally made with wormwood and grapefruit. It's been said that Malört tastes like Band-Aids and gasoline. Val and Mike came, all partook in the Malört shots. Cheers. Thank you all for joining me on this incredible evening. Down the hat, no face. I challenge everybody to not make the Malört face, to say, that is the delicious beverage.
So good.
Excellent.
There's no face.
Because the Malört face, it's inevitable. You cannot not make the Malört face. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Thank you. Fucking Chicago. There it is.
Honestly, here's the deal that you guys don't understand about Jewish women.
Okay.
Is that they all have a purse, and usually there's like a fucking breath mint in it or something like that. What she does with her purse is totally different.
Minnie's got a lot of things in her purse. She's got a lot of things, like pens, flowers, edible.
It's the next level, right? That's what I'm saying. So the cover of Modern Jewish Woman.
I think it's amazing.
Mindy Siegel. That's it. I'm just saying it.
Which, is that a thing? I don't know. If anybody knows, it's Craig and Mindy.
And 6 months back, I do a Vice Munchies because I was just on the cover.
Modern Jewish Woman.
Fuck the James Beard Awards. I was on the cover of Modern Jewish Woman.
This is gonna be your
My
highlight.
purse full of marijuana.
After we left Rose's, we came to Fat Rice. Hey! I had a lot of great friends in the house. Annie, our bar manager, was here. She was whipping up the Grand Royale. It's like every champagne cocktail in slushy form with the whole bottle of Brigandotte champagne, served like tiki-style with straws.
Really, yeah?
Dude, how blasphemous is this? Chef Eric and I cooked pork chop sandwiches.
This is a Capitan curry.
Capitan curry spiked with a little fat Racha action here. This is like a hawker dish that I encountered in Singapore and Malaysia. It is a rice noodle batter with egg, with baby oysters, oyster omelet. This is the furthest thing from a fucking omelet you'll ever see. We take our sambal and our garlic, and then we take these beautiful Island Creek oysters. They're marinated in fish sauce, some oyster sauce, some sugar. Get those guys just right, nice and plump. It's greasy, it's kind of dirty, but it's absolutely delicious. So this is my like dirty late night sushi. These are canned Portuguese sardines, spicy mustard, chilies, a little pickled ginger. It's a perfect thing because chefs don't have anything in their fridge. We cook at the restaurant or we go out to eat, you know? In your fridge, you have mustard, pickles, hot sauce, a can of sardines. If you're lucky, you have those nori wraps. Then we finished with desserts from Chef Elaine. She made her famous miso brownie with the slivered almonds on top. It's like salty and a little bit fishy and savory and more Malört sauce, except our Malört. Instead of the wormwood and grapefruit, we make our Malört with bitter melon, along with ginseng, reishi mushroom, ginger, star anise. It's still as bitter. It doesn't taste as much like gasoline and Band-Aids. It's like not a rubber Band-Aid. What the fuck am I gonna say? Cheers, motherfucker. Cheers. To Chicago style. Show them how it's done.